Yo, home hearties, and welcome to something that I doubt you would have expected this. I'm recording this quite late, so I'm going to be quiet, but this is going to be a bit of a calm episode anyway. So, as you probably know, I recently died in my hardcore world. That was probably around a week ago, as I'm recording this. So, I've gotten over it. I am no longer sad about losing that world, and it was my own stupidity. I have to admit that it was me getting stupid, and I was like, oh, I can jump down this hole. Spoiler alert, I couldn't jump down the hole. So I've got some nice footage in the background there of probably what was my favourite episode in the very short series where I expanded the base. But I wanted to look through sort of some of the key moments of this, basically, while I am also preparing to record the next thing, the thing that's happening after this first hardcore world. So yeah, this is basically an excuse to give me more time so that I can make the next thing way better. So I guess first memory is probably like actually spawning in, which is one of my favourite moments, I think, because it's my first ever hardcore world, and I was like, this is the start of something new. But something I didn't know at the time is how big this mesa actually was. I've seen it in the replay mod, and I unfortunately don't have a blank version of the seed, but like, I've seen it flying around in the replay mod. This mesa is absolutely huge. It goes for thousands of blocks in every direction, and yeah, it did cause a problem in the first episode, like just trying to find something there. But of course, eventually we did find something, and that something was a shipwreck, which got me my first wood probably around 5 minutes into that recording. It took a long time to get that wood. Of course, though, that wood then allowed me to make a boat, so I finally stopped having to swim and wasting my hunger. The next thing, I think we all remember this bit if you watched the episode. So here you see it's like, I killed this skeleton, and I had absolutely no idea, but this sneaky little creeper behind me came up, and this is actually how I lost my axe, because in the panic of the moment, I was like, I can't die in the first episode, and you might have seen it, but just for a few frames there, I accidentally pressed Q and dropped my axe, and it got blown up. Of course, later in the episode, there's this nice moment where I found a ruined portal. There wasn't too much special about this, but of course, I need content. But yeah, this first village was really important as well for the first episode, because it was basically the place where I was like, okay, if I have nowhere else to go, there's at least this little village out in the desert here. But of course, I then travelled onwards, and I found this wonderful village, which was next to my first kind of experience with 1.18 jungles. I've seen them a bit before then, but like, this was my first 1.18 jungle with the new terrain, and they're small. That's the one thing I've noticed. 1.18 makes these biomes very small, so unfortunately, while I would have loved to live in this, I was gonna do like some sort of treetop base, a bit like Endor in Star Wars, yeah. Unfortunately I couldn't do that here. So yeah, I went exploring on, and it was probably around 5 or 10 minutes of exploring, and we found this wonderful cliff, and as soon as I saw that there were jungles on the edge of a cliff, I just knew I've got to do some sort of cliff top base. But this moment right here, this is where I just walked around the corner, and I saw that. I saw this wonderful jungle with the bamboo forest and everything right on top of the cliff, and I just knew I've got to build something in the side of that. Something you actually might be able to see just off to the right of your screen, there is actually a jungle temple there. I didn't know it, and I didn't really find out until episode 4, but I died before I actually got to entering it, so That's something I kind of regret. I do want to know what was there, but of course this wonderful base, and little known fact, it's probably my favourite base. Yeah, I had a lot of fun in this jungle, and it's kind of sad, like, I literally only had 10 hours in this world before I died, and I had so much fun with it. The base came out perfect. It was one of my favourite bases. I say favourite, it probably wasn't my absolute favourite, but I definitely had a lot of fun there. And of course this nice little moment when I decided to explore the surrounding area, and of course we found the shipwreck, and something I completely forgot, we did find an ocean monument as well. So yeah, there's shipwrecks, but of course over the ocean there was also this wonderful landscape, and I regret not living longer, because this place would have been perfect to build. I would have loved to build a base here. It would have been absolutely amazing. But of course, I didn't build a base there. I spent my time working on this, and this is definitely one of the best bases I've ever done. Because if you don't know, I freestyle a lot of my work, so I don't really have a plan. I don't have an empty version of this world. I didn't plan out anything, and I was like, I need a dark material, so I was gonna go with wood, but of course there was no wood, so I went with terracotta, and I just freestyled it all. It came out absolutely perfect, this, like, cliffside base, and I will miss it. I will definitely miss it. And of course, moving on to the last episode here, this wonderful moment where I got my first diamonds, and this nice little farm, and it wasn't very efficient, I will be honest. I realised that I also had some problems with lighting as well, so there were some crops even in this farm that couldn't grow, which is really annoying, because that was my only food source, and I did start running out at some point because it just wasn't growing. And yeah, I think the overall first experience with Minecraft Hardcore, I definitely love it. I really want to do it again. Like, that's kind of why I'm making this video. I want more time so that I can make a new Hardcore world, and I can just make it as good as possible before I probably die again. Let's hope I at least get to episode 5 that time though. So yeah, I guess there's only one more memory that I have in this world, and it's that parrot at the staircase.
Oh no.
You guys see that tall over the arches? Don't tell me. Don't. It's already sunset. Oh no, oh no, oh no, it's dark, it's dark, it's getting darker, it's gonna keep getting darker. Oh my gosh, I'm going to die.